seen a
That's
couple
all.
of videos of him doing like BJJ, and he looked pretty sharp. And
Mm-hmm.
good for him. I
Yep.
don't know what the future lies ahead in the celebrity, death match area, but that's a trip.
True.
What a fight! What a card! I mean, is that what we're gonna head to now? Is
Probably.
it gonna be like the MTV celebrity death matches and
They're
just
gonna need what the federal government is trying to do right now and decriminalize marijuana.
right, right? That's a trip, bro. If that passes, that's gonna be nuts. Because we talked, I think, the last episode or the episode before about what was it? Not Washington. What's the state of Portland?
Oregon.
Oregon. Oregon decriminalized
Yep.
all drugs, right? And not only that, I potentially read that if they decriminalize it, they're thinking about letting dudes out of jail that were like on these charges on
On
marijuana
non
charges,
on non-drug offense.
non-violent. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Which is
So
which should be
I think it's
fine.
good.
Like
Yeah, I
in.
mean, this is what we need to do. If we're talking about being progressive, and
Mhm.
uh, Ellen can turn into Elliot, then fuck, guys, we need to be starting rethinking this because we're
Yep.
spending way too much fucking money, not only incarcerating people. I mean, there's profit in that, but I think I did a special a while back. I got to get it back on the air, but um, I think that the government spends $1 trillion a year, or they were up past a trillion. I forget what the numbers were, but they just spend so much money on drugs, and it's for nothing. The drugs still come in the country. Like
Yep.
literally at this point, they're just trying to keep jobs,
Yep.
right? And in the real
Show
world, if you
face.
suck, you get fired.
Yep.
So DEA, you're fired. You
Yep.
guys did a piss poor job. I mean, I forgot what the numbers were, but like let's say they as a U.S. collectively, they stop about like 5 kilos of coke coming into the country. Now that number might be inaccurate, but it was a low amount versus how much more comes in.
Yeah,
Right? Like, it's not even
definitely more
good.
comes in than come.
Yeah,
And then there
that's
was
what
like a couple of a while ago they were saying like how like the Mexican cartels were growing shit in the middle of national forests.
shit.
So they don't have to worry about it being seized at the borders.
Ooh, so
So
they were already planting
they were
here.
already in the middle of Yellowstone Park, just growing bud
Man.
and growing whatever in the middle.
What do you think? Do you think if you, let's say, decriminalize for sure, and let's pretend you legalize it, do you think that stops the cartels from fucking making money? Because that seems to be the argument. If we,
they would definitely take a blow,
yeah,
a heavy blow, and then they would just have to shift gears to something else.
right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like these guys have been around making money for
But
years.
it would be a big blow because like people don't have to be scared to go get bud anymore or go get
Right.
crack anymore or go get heroin. They'll do it safely. And then when you're going to buy it, say if they do it like kind of at a clinic, hey, I want to get some crack. All right, before we give you this crack, let's just do a quick mental rundown. How's your life? Are you working? Oh, you're not working? By the way, we have some brochures that we can get you to a job. Blah, 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 blah. You have a family? Your family taking care of you? Hey, we also have this program. Blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. You still want some crack? Here you go. Here's your brochures. And you go on from
I
there.
also think it would be interesting too, because now like the marijuana, you're gonna probably get the best crack money could buy, right? Because you're gonna have individual companies trying to process and make. Like that's
and
one
then
of the cool
and you
things I like
and you gotta
about
let
the
these guys or people individually, like if we want to buy a farm and we want to grow bud and we want to sell it and we got to go through the FDA approval, whatever the process is gonna be, and we grow some fire shit. It could be kind of like an independent thing because it's a flower. It's a herb. It grows in the ground. So it's gonna be tough. Once it starts really making money and picking up, how the government, gets shady with.
Yeah, my peeps. Shout out to Jr. and Robin. We were talking yesterday, and he was saying already how like a lot of these tobacco companies are already in the weed industry.
Yeah, of course.
That when it does happen, they're already like Newport is gonna be different now, and Marlboro is gonna be different. I mean, I think it's smart. So then this is the other thing that made me start like raising my ears a little bit. The NBA announces they're not gonna randomly test for marijuana 2021, I think, and 2022 or 20. I forget what the two numbers were. Hold on.
Whatever it is, they shouldn't test for it anyway.
Right. What the fuck does it matter? I mean, I'm $1 million athlete. Whatever. I mean, as long
I
as
could see.
like, you think enhancing.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, totally. You could totally enhance.
Well, you can. For sure. I was gonna say you could get into the zone quicker. or
I'm
whatever,
with you with
focus
that.
more, whatever the
I
case
think
may
more
be.
so for like muscle recovery.
That
Because I've
too.
been to the gym and I
Hmm.
got my ass whipped. I can't move, and then I smoke a little bud, and
And
I'm
you'll be
like,
all
oh
right.
shit, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
For where it takes someone
But
maybe three
they
days.
have the now CBD oils, CBD
That's true.
creams. They
That's
have all
true.
that now. But to me, that's still performing enhancing because you're
Correct.
enhancing your performance.
Right, right,
But
right.
it's
You're
just
cutting a corner
it's
for
just
everybody else.
whatever what people want to declare it as. But it should have been like that. NFL needs to be next. Like all sports needs to do this shit already. You know, like you'll get the people who abuse it. You'll get them out of your league. You know, like who drive on it or whatever the case may be. Most people don't drive when they're high anyway. Like you know, mostly smoke when you get home. You're relaxing. You're eating. You're watching a movie. You're chilling
Right.
at
It's a
somebody's
very
crib.
chill. Right. It's a very
Like
chill
it's
thing.
not like alcohol where you fucking people get in their cars and they kill people at a high
Right.
rate. And
Well,
I
it
remember
was.
they were trying to make that case in
That's what I was gonna
Colorado,
say. That's right, because vehicular manslaughter went up.
but the reason why it went up is because everybody moved there, so the population grew.
Mm.
If you have a town with 100,000 people, and then over the next 3 months is at 2 million people, shit is gonna happen. It's just like when they try to say you
That
have
makes sense.
most of your car accidents are like 5 miles from your house. No shit, you're leaving from your house and you're coming home to your house. Like you're gonna mostly get those accidents in that area because you're predominantly in that area. So like that shit
It's like a
happens.
no-brainer stat. It's like a no-brainer
Yeah, it's
stat.
like that's gonna happen. So it's like, oh, I could guarantee you any amount of money. The first 7 months of this year, car crashes are down. I
Right.
wonder why. Like it's those things that people try to use those stats to their advantage, and try to BS. So like, yeah, people were crashing more when they got high in Colorado, but we're not talking about all the people who moved from Cali, from New York, from the surrounding states, who was like, yo, I'm out to Colorado. That shit was, we got little Colorado Springs, 10,000 people. Oh shit, what the fuck? Why we got 150,000 people here now all of a sudden? Why are there 19 weed shops in the same block? So like,
Right. And now with everybody getting kicked out of Mother Cali, they all headed back up there too.
they're Oregon now, since everything's legal. People going
Right.
fleeing to Texas. So it's a lot of things. So like if Texas, like when Texas was blue in the beginning of the election, I was like, oh shit. The people from California who just moved to Texas, and if they voted in time and registered in time, if they voted, blue, that would have been crazy. But who's not to say in the next election, or the people who moved from Cali to Texas are not going to vote blue? So it's a little strange.
Speaking
And
about voting, because I think we kind of passed over this, and it